Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alright, guys, we're now at the fourth part of drugs. Now we're at effects of alcohol on society. Okay, before that, please take your textbooks and turn to page 90. Alright, shall we start? Bismillah. Drinking alcohol affects the brain and slows down a person's reactions. This can cause car accidents. Okay, so I don't have a illustration here, but I'm pretty sure you have your textbooks. Okay, let's continue. Some people who are addicted to alcohol spend more than they can afford to on alcoholic drinks. They may even turn to crime for money just to buy alcohol. This is very true. When you become an alcoholic, you will do everything to buy the alcoholic drink because you're already an addict. You're already an alcoholic. Okay, so we have a nice illustration here. Okay, so this person is an alcoholic. As you can see, he's holding a bottle of alcohol, and he's asking money actually just to buy another one, unfortunately. Okay, so sometimes we feel pity to beggars. Okay, but when we give them money, it's not actually good for them. So better just give food to those kind of people. Okay, moving on. People who drink too much alcohol can become violent. They can hurt their family and others around them. So I've mentioned this in the part 3 video. They become violent as times goes by. Okay. Okay, alcohol and Islamic law. Under Islamic law, it is forbidden or haram to drink alcohol. Muslims must never drink alcohol because all alcoholic drinks are forbidden or haram in Arabic according to excuse me, according to Quran. Okay, so we have a photo here. These are all alcoholic drinks, and this is a big bulldozer or a big vehicle crushing all the alcoholic drinks. Bottles of alcohol being crushed in Brunei Darussalam. It is illegal to buy or sell alcohol because of the problems it can cause in the society. Okay, that's actually the reason why alcohol is forbidden. Okay, in Islam. Okay, in time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when the verse was revealed to him about alcohol is actually haram. Okay, right away the companions of Prophet Muhammad, the Sahaba, threw all the alcohols away. So that place was flooded. It was like a flood. The streets, okay, of that place was flooded with alcohol for days. All right, moving on. Okay, so this is a very interesting topic. Okay, now we're talking about harmful drugs, and then there are some good drugs, and then we have also uh, some drugs that we actually take in our everyday, uh, life or food. Okay, let's see some examples here. So we have caffeine. Okay, caffeine is a drug that can be found in coffee, tea, energy drinks, cola, and some sweets such as chocolate. Really? Yes. I have mentioned actually in the first video that in coffee you can find caffeine. Actually, it gives you extra energy. Okay, let's continue. When taken rarely and in small amounts, caffeine is not harmful to the body. Of course, anything that you take it too much is actually harmful. Okay, let's continue. Taking too much caffeine can cause sleeping difficulties, headaches, bad temper, and irregular heartbeat. Okay, now I just would like to share an experience because I am a coffee drinker. Okay, I drink a lot of coffee. I used to drink this espresso shots a lot. Okay, and what happens? I get this irregular heartbeat, and I couldn't uh, sleep. Okay, and it causes you to be irritated. You get bad temper. All right. Okay, let's see some examples of drinks that has caffeine. So up here we have energy drinks. Energy drinks. Okay, we have here Coca. Okay, maybe that's Coca-Cola. Maybe we have Red Bull. Okay, some of those energy drinks. Down here we have the coffee, of course. We have the cola. We have the tea. Okay, I'm also a good, I'm a drinker of tea also. And we have here chocolates. Okay, so it's okay to take these things, but not too much. Okay, let's move on to the next page. So we have here controlled drugs. Some harmful drugs are so addictive or harmful to the body that they are illegal to sell, buy, or use. These are called controlled drugs. Okay, I will explain that in a bit. In Brunei Darussalam, it is illegal to possess controlled drugs. Okay, right. So we have here marijuana. Marijuana. Okay, actually it's coming from Spanish, so you read the J as like silent H. Marijuana. Marijuana. Okay, it's not marijuana, it's marijuana. Okay, so marijuana or cannabis that we have mentioned in the first video comes from the leaves and flowers of the hemp plant. Okay, remember that it's coming from the hemp plant. Okay, marijuana affects the way you think. You find it difficult to remember things. It is also addictive and can cause damage to your brain, lungs, and muscles. Okay, so this is actually a hemp plant. Okay, it looks like this. Okay, well, teacher, it just looks like a normal plant. We have that a lot. No. How do you determine a hemp plant? Usually they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so they say if they have at least 5, that's actually a hemp plant. Okay, so anyway, the same with tobacco. Okay, you dry up the, I think this is the buds or the leaf of the cannabis or marijuana, and then it is wrapped in a roll of paper. Okay, let's move on. We have here methylamphetamine. Okay, that's a very long word. Okay, methylamphetamine, or in short we call it shabu. Okay, in an addictive and a very harmful drug, People take this drug feel alert and awake at first. When the effects wear off, they feel tired and depressed. They may also have problems eating and sleeping. Even short-term use, methylamphetamine can cause damage to the brain, liver, and heart. Okay, so this is very true. Okay, usually people who take this drug, they're very, very what do you call this, malnourished. They are very, very thin. Okay, very, very thin, and then they look depressed, and then they have sleepless nights. All right, so this is how it looks. It basically looks like a powder. Okay, it comes in powder sometimes. I'm not really sure. I haven't I've seen in person in NDA. I mean, I think it was last year. Yeah, they invited us to see some of the drugs, the real drugs. Anyway, moving on. Other types of controlled drugs. So other types of controlled drugs include, we have here cocaine, codeine, heroin, ecstasy. Okay, so I'm familiar with cocaine, heroin, ecstasy. This is my first time to hear codeine. Okay, anyway, moving on. All of the above drugs are addictive and cause damage to many parts of the body. Taking too much of these drugs can cause an overdose and may lead to death. Okay, let's see some pictures here. So we have here the cocaine. Okay, cocaine looks like this. And this is heroin. Okay, so even me as a teacher, I'm not familiar with these things. Okay, so I thought that shabu and cocaine is the same, but it turns out they're different. All right, so let's see, what do we have here. Let me try to zoom out so you can see the whole picture. Anyway, you have your books, right? So look at the picture on this page. What are some of the effects of taking controlled drugs? All right, so this guy, he looks tired, he's always sleeping. Okay, and this one is, he feels annoyed, or maybe he is irritated, and this guy is always vomiting. So basically they're taking controlled drugs. All right, moving on. Oh, I've noticed something. What is this? I think this is a whale. Okay, and there's a water coming out from it. Yeah, I just want to mention that one. Okay, just for observation. Okay, next we have sports drug. Okay, oh, there's such kind of sports drug. Yes, there is. Okay, some athletes take drugs to help them perform better. Okay, athletes, these are people who do a lot of sports. However, using these drugs in competitions is considered cheating. Okay, let me zoom that a little bit so you can see what are we reading. Okay, I think that's enough. Okay, it's considered cheating when you take these drugs. Okay, there are strict rules against athletes who use them. Okay, what happens when an athlete takes this kind of sports drug? Okay, let's read more about it. So we have steroids. Steroids are common type of drugs or drug. They help the athlete to build stronger muscles. However, they are also harmful to the body. they can damage the liver and heart. Very interesting. So there's actually a drug, we call it steroids. Basically what I know, they inject it to certain parts of their body, and then they build stronger muscles. So usually the bodybuilders, okay, I'm not referring to all people who are going to the gym, but some they use steroids to gain this big muscles. Okay, sometimes you will feel shocked. In a short time they went to the gym and then they have this muscle. So actually it's not natural. Okay, let's continue. In many sporting competitions, athletes are tested for drugs. Those that are found to be using drugs are often banned from competing again. Okay, so even in sports, there's also drugs going on. Okay. Okay, so these are some athletes. So this is a weightlifter. I think these are runners. Okay, let's read the extra info here. During the Olympic Games and many other sport competitions, athletes are required to take a drug test. If the athlete fails the drug test, they are disqualified. They may also be banned from competing in the future. Okay, that's very important. Why? It's unfair because the athletes, they have been practicing a lot, they've been doing a lot of training, and then there's this one athlete, maybe he's lazy, maybe he's fit but not that strong enough. He just take this drug and then eventually he becomes stronger. Okay, moving on. Laws on controlled drugs. In Brunei Darussalam, it is illegal to possess, use, or sell controlled drugs such as marijuana, methamphetamine, heroin, and cocaine. There are harsh punishments if you produce or grow controlled drugs. It means when you grow the plant. Buy or sell controlled drugs, when you buy and sell it. And lastly, possess or use controlled drugs. It means possess when you own this kind of controlled drugs. Okay, punishments of these offenses include fines, imprisonment, caning, and even the death penalty. So basically it says there are punishments, okay, such as being in prison, going to jail. Okay, I'm not sure what is caning, but what I'm sure is death penalty. So you could be, sentenced to death, okay, because of it. Actually, in Brunei, if you have experience traveling, they always announce in the in the airplane that when entering Brunei, when you're caught with drugs, you have the death penalty. Okay, Alhamdulillah, we already reached the end of the chapter, so let's just finish this one. So drug education. In Brunei Darussalam, Narcotics Control Bureau holds regular drug awareness talks at schools and and community centers. So I have actually experienced this twice. Okay, it was actually a very very good experience. We went to this bureau. Okay, I think they call it now NDA. Okay, Narcotic Drugs Association or something. Okay, so they're actually teaching what are the drugs. So to tell, okay, students like you to be aware and to stay away if you see this kind of drugs. Okay, so we have a picture here. I think he's a police or he's a member of that agency, and then these are some students. Alright, I think we already reached the 20-minute video. I think it went very long. Hopefully you have been watching this very patiently. Okay, so let's put it together. So we have the painkillers, cough medicine, eye, eardrops, and antibiotics. So these are medicinal drugs, and then they can help the body. So we're now at drugs. Change the way the body works. It can also harm the body. So we have the harmful drugs. So harmful drugs, example, we have tobacco, alcohol, marijuana, and methylamphetamine. So please try to memorize the spelling of this word, methylamphetamine. Okay. All right, class. So I want you to answer activity 25. I want you to go to activity books. So I would like to end the video there. Thank you very much. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.